Hi everyone, welcome back to B-17. Here we are, Mission 2 for Lucky Ducky, our sub-crew. Let's just quickly go back and refresh everyone's mind on what happened last time. So here we are, the bomber Lucky Ducky. One mission done on the 1st of January 1945. And here are our crew. As you can see, looking splendid, written their names right down there. So we attacked the Sholven oil production facility and we totally destroyed it, and we took 4 enemy fighters out of the sky as well. 1 BF-109 and 3 FW-190s. Unfortunately, we suffered a few injuries. Kvist received a medium wound, Rhodes received a severe wound, Taylor a severe wound, and Healy a medium wound. The medium wounds are going to be 2 weeks out, so they should be back on the 15th of this month. I've checked the medical file. And the severe wounds are only a week later on the 22nd, which is not too bad. So you can check further details in the medical file. But the crew we have left are heading out. And where shall we be going today? We'll have a few replacements on board. So it's the 4th of January 1945. The Hyde Oil Production Facility is our primary target, with the Merkwiller Oil Production Facility as a secondary, and the Eurotank Oil Refinery and Storage as our tertiary target. Ordnance will be 6 times £500 general purpose, and 12 times £100 incendiaries. Distance to farthest target will be 1,199 miles. Escorts will be 1 squadron of P-47s and 1 P-45s. P-51s, beg your pardon. So, the Hyde Oil Production Facility, flak strength high, fighter strength moderate, priority is high, damage none. Hyde Oil Refinery is a smaller but still important part of the German synthetic oil program. Raids on these facilities have been identified as one of the quickest ways of bringing the Luftwaffe and Wehrmacht to their knees. Lack of petrol and lubrication oils. Pretty much the same. Moderate, moderate, medium, none for the Merkwiller, and the Eurotank is flak high, fighter moderate. Priority is high, damage none. Okay, that all seems fairly standard. Quick look at the route. So we'll be taking off from, where are we? From East Anglia. We're probably in, are we in Essex, or we might be in Essex there. Where are we? We are Ridgewell. So Bury St Edmunds, that's Suffolk, Colchester. Yeah, sort of Suffolk. Yeah, I don't know exactly where the border is there, but it's probably Suffolk. So we're taking off from Suffolk, heading up north. Oh yes, into land of Denmark, and coming down, and here we are bombing Hamburg. So that is the Eurotank and the Merkwiller. So that's the secondary and tertiary, so the primary is over here in Lübeck. Okie dokie. Grand. Well, okay, that seems fairly okay. The altitude was 15,000 once again, so it's quite low. Let's have a look. We've got town area here. Then going into some fields. And there she is, sort of standing proud. Quite nice. It's away from the town, which is good. Reduces civilian casualties. It's quite a nice compact site as well, so hopefully we should... Yeah, look at the town going around it, so that's quite good. Should reduce casualties quite a bit. Well, that all looks good. Let's head to the plane. Here she is. Let's get her started.
Start engines.
And as you can see, we've got our 1 marker for our first mission, and we've got 4 crosses for the fighters that we've shot down. Fantastic. So, let us check on who we have in the crew. So, our bombardier, we got a temporary bombardier called Bob Hansen, has stepped in as Anders Kvist has been injured. Rooster Rugburn, our loyal navigator, is still with us. A new pilot will be Martin Bruckmann, and Matthew Vaudrin will be our co-pilot once again. Melvin Lowe is taking our engineer and top turret. Lee Evans, not the comedian, is taking over radio operator duties. Henrik, not a spy, is back in the bull turret. And then we have Billy on the waist, and Hans McCormick, new one to the crew, and our tail gunner, of course, of Luke Scott. Fantastic. So we've got a couple of new boys in. Do you know what? I might... can I put you... What I'd like to do is actually put... Let's just put you on the cheek turret for a minute. Put him into the co-pilot seat. I'd like to put Matthew as our... Because he's already done a pilot... sorry, he's been the co-pilot for one mission. I'll now stick him as the pilot. I think he can be temporary promotion.
Taxi to runway.
I think that's only fair. So our stand-in will be co-pilot for this mission, and Matthew will be our temporary captain of the ship. And you know, he's part of the crew. He's just a replacement, so I think that's probably best going forward. Brilliant. So all things are relying on Matthew now. Cool. Right. So we're going to taxi to the end of the runway and obviously take off, because that's what happens. So we'll do that, and I will see you in a few minutes when we're up in the sky, getting into formation and doing our thing. So I'll see you in a few.
You are cleared for takeoff.
Hi everyone, welcome back. We have taken off, joined up into formation, and here we are. We're just leaving the English coast now. That is the English Suffolk coast below us. And as you can see, we're almost at 15,000 feet, give or take. Speed of 150 miles an hour, heading 065. So far so good, nothing to report. Obviously everyone's all up, and beautiful sunny day, even though it is January. And a trip across the North Sea and then occupied Europe awaits us. So we'll head on without any further ado, and I'll see you in the next significant event, which could be something exciting like a flak attack or a fighter sweep or something. But yeah, I'll see you in a few. Hi guys, welcome back. I just thought, as we're crossing the North Sea now and not a lot's going to happen, I'll just answer some questions, because I've had a few questions about how to do a couple of things in this game and on this aircraft. So I think we'll just, as we've got a quiet period, let's tackle that now. So today the question was around how do we transfer fuel. So we'll jump on our co-pilot here. This is the fuel gauge here, if you didn't know, and you can get a better view of that by pressing F6 when you've got the co-pilot instrument engaged. Right, so we have fuel tank 1, which has got over 400 gallons, as you can see. Fuel tank 2, they should all be about the same. Fuel tank 4. Okay, so should you be having an issue, say engine number 1 has gone out, due to damage or whatever, mechanical failure, and it's leaking fuel, and you want to save that fuel, what you can do is transfer that into another tank to save that fuel. Likewise, if you've got, say engine 1 is dead and engine 4 has got holes in the tank, you can move fuel into to tank 4, knowing that you're going to lose some of it, but it'll keep the engine going and you'll still have power. You know, you can make those decisions for yourself. So that is the fuel gauges there. So let's do an example where engine 1 is out and we want to take fuel to one of the other engines. So what you do, you'd head over to the engineer here on his top turret and you'd press spacebar. This brings you to the fuel transfer pumps. So what does this? So if you think about, this is going to be if you're looking at the aircraft, this is going to be the right wing and this is going to be the left wing. If you obviously sit in the cockpit, this is the left wing, this is the right wing. Yeah. Anyway, so you've got tank 1, tank 2 marked here, and you've got tank 3 and tank 4 over here. So what you'd do, this short area is the pointer. So you'd select tank 1, that's now selecting tank 1, and if you wanted to move that into tank 3, you'd do that. So that is saying we're going to open up the tanks between 1 and 3. You could do it 1 and 4 if you wanted to, but we're going to do 1 and 3. This is the actual transfer gauge. So what you want to do, you want to move this little toggle switch the way you want the fuel to transfer. In this case, we want the fuel to transfer from tank 1 here to tank 3 here. So we want to push the tank that way, and we do that by clicking the right mouse button. Puts it that way, you see, and press the left mouse button to cancel it. Now if we wanted to move fuel from tank 3 to tank 1, for example, we'd press the left mouse button and it would transfer fuel that way, and right click to cancel that. And it is that simple, and it's a matter of how you want to best judge it. Keep going back to the co-pilot dial so you can see the fuel as it's being transferred, and you can make, I normally count in my head, do 5-second transfer and see how much fuel that gives you and that kind of thing, and then you roughly know where you are. If you say want to get fuel from tank 1 to tank 2, of course you can't do that, so what you'd need to do is transfer the fuel from tank 1 into tank 3 or tank 4, and then transfer it from tank 3 or 4 to then transfer it into tank 2, if that makes sense. So you'd then, for example, if we transferred the fuel into tank 3 by making right clicking to put that toggle switch that to the right, once we were happy that all the fuel, or as much fuel as we want, is then being transferred to tank 3, we would then move that around to tank 2, and then we'd move the fuel that way by hitting the left mouse button. I probably try to over-explain that. It's a very simple thing, but that is literally it. That is the fuel transfer. So that is from the co-pilot seat to look at the fuel gauge. You then go to the top turret gunner, and you press spacebar to go to the fuel transfer pumps, and spacebar to go back to checking the ammunition, or you can press A to go to the gun. So hopefully that has answered any questions. I probably overcomplicated that when I really needn't. Oh, of course I've swapped them over, haven't I? I really needn't have. Let's just check to make sure I haven't done anything too drastic with the old fuel. Okay, so I've transferred a little bit more fuel from 3 to 1 than I meant to. As you can see, 3's a little bit low and 4's a little bit high, but and 1's a little bit high, but that's fine. It's not going to make a difference. We can always equalise that out later. So that was it. That was a quick, very surefire way of doing fuel transfers in the B-17 in the Mighty 8th. So hopefully that will help you. And now we will press on after our first lesson of the day to see what delights the Luftwaffe has in store for us. So we'll press on, and I'll see you in a few.
Pilot, navigator, take up a heading of 0-9er. Repeat, 0-9er.
Hi guys, welcome back. We have just hit the decision point, and it has been empty skies. There are friendlies, don't worry. As soon as I see that, I see some fighters in the sky. Yeah, we've made it over to Europe, mainland Europe, and so far so good. Nothing to report. It's been peaceful and serene up here. So, but we are at decision point, so we need to make a call on where we are going. If we look at the right book. So we'll take a weather forecast for the 3 targets.
Weather at primary target is believed to be cloudy with 7/10 cloud at approximately 5,000 feet.
That's not good.
Weather at secondary target is believed
much
to
better.
be fair, with 4/10 cloud at approximately 5,000 feet.
So I'm thinking secondary is on.
Weather at tertiary target is believed
Okay,
to be
so
fair, with
tertiary and
4/10
secondary
cloud
are
at
as little to
approximately
no difference.
5,000
So I
feet.
think we're going to go for the secondary because it's got cloudy weather at the primary, and we've got a better chance of hitting our target if we go into the secondary. So
Pilot radiator. New heading is 143. Repeat.
there you go.
143.
We're now doing the turn to go down to Hamburg for the secondary target. You know, we're only interested about hitting targets. There's no point. Oh, there's the flak. Fortunately, we're turning. They'll see that now and they'll swing their guns around. Trying to get as many aircraft in the shot as possible, but not being too far zoomed out, so you get a nice image, well, a haunting image of the flak floating through. Got some fighters zipping off to our 4 o'clock, but I think they are our friendlies. I did accidentally just hover over here, and you can see there are. So we've got our formation of B-17s, we've got the Mustangs, we've got the Thunderbolts, we've got some 109s, and we've got some 190s up as well somewhere. That just means that they've taken off and they're in the vicinity. It doesn't mean they're actually attacking us. It just means that they are airborne at this stage. Okay, just seems to be a light flak burst there. Groovy. So let's hop over to the navigator again. And okay, so it's this flak ring we're going through here. We're going to go through another one as we go over New Munster, and then obviously go into a flak field for the primary and tertiary and secondary targets. We'll then be doing a turn. That's a very tight turn. I wonder if we can't jiggle this about a bit. Can we bring this back maybe? And then we'll bring that to go like there. So we're not actually, you don't want to fly that long in the actual flak, and we've actually just shaved a few miles off. Good for our crippled bombers once we go through all this flak, and maybe if we just come up here a little bit, give that flak ring a little bit more room. It's gone orange when it's until it recalculates. It's saying we can't make it. It's gone green, says we can make it, which is good. So there you go. We just tightened up. So those turns aren't quite as sharp as they once were. Still quite sharp, but you know, thinking going through a couple of flak fields, we may get some damage, and you know how well damage bombers handle. So yeah, we'll. I think that'll do for now. Let's, saw something up there for a second, I thought. I can't see anything at a glance, so I will press on, and the next action I will bring you straight back, so I'll see you in a few.
On the bomb run. Bomb door full open.
Welcome back, guys. We are on the bomb run. Very little has happened. It's been very quiet indeed. Too quiet. It's quite unnerving. And wouldn't you believe, there's this one big chunk of cloud, and it's right where we want to target. That's just sod's law, that is. So we got the town here. Actually, we haven't seen the reconnaissance footage from the secondary target, so we don't actually know the setup of the towns and the roads, rivers, to where the actual location of the target is, which is a bit of a nightmare. Obviously we've got a bit of the town here, town over there, more of the town under there. Probably going to be more civilian targets or potential casualties around our target. We won't know until we get a little bit closer. It's still a little bit far away, so it's not so... Don't need to worry so much at the moment. Got a bit of a wiggle there. And there we go, there's the flak. Which means we're in the right location. Cool, that is quite a wall of flak, isn't it? Wow. Looking through this perspex nose, it's a quite a daunting thing to fly into, isn't it? They're at our level, they've got us tuned in perfectly. It's just a matter of luck if a shell bursts at the same place and time that we are. Okay, let's take our mind off by looking at... Do you know what? I think that could be the target there. I can see a building there. Can't quite make this out, but he's locked on. Wait till this cloud clears and then we'll have a proper look. Got a target there, which might be the tertiary. If when this cloud bank comes over and there's nothing there, we will just switch and bomb that. Getting rocked about a bit by this flak. Is it me or is that gap closing up between the two fog, the cloud banks? I'm sure it is.
Hell, there goes another.
Whoa!
Come on, boy, take him out.
There goes what? Sorry? Whoa, two bombers. I think they just clipped each other. There's parachutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parachutes that I can see, but I might not see them all. Wow. Taking some damage on the wing. Anyway, let's get to it. We are actually on the bomb run. Okay. I don't see anything there. What's this here? I need this to clear. Is that a target there? We've got a target here, but is that a target? I do. I might just go onto this one. We've got a target here which we can see. Those sadly are the bombers hitting home. Let's have a little scoot over there. There is a building of some description there, but there is definitely a oil refinery under this cloud. So we will go with this one. Right, now I can see all of it. Probably bomb about there. Actually bring that down a bit. Let's have it about there. So it's right in smack in that. So a bit of an industrial zone actually, but there are houses quite close. I'm struggling to get this locked on. The plane is all over the place. There you go, that's better. Much better. We are drifting a touch. Okay, any minute now. It's not the best, but it should hit. Bombs away.
Bombs away. Heading for bombs here. Pilot on, navigator. Calls you take up a heading of 170.
So this is the target we're going on. I'm not sure if this is the tertiary target. That was probably the secondary target. Couldn't quite make it out though. So I picked an oil refinery and bombed it. So this is going to be the tertiary, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we've got this row of housing as well. And we struck the river. We've got some houses here by the looks of it, but that's we hit the target. As I said, it wasn't too bad actually. It wasn't the best because it was last minute, and that technically was our target. But I've got a horrible feeling they'll say we completely missed the target because we had selected the secondary. But we know. Oh my goodness me! Look at this flak. Let's get the heck out of this. Don't want to spend too long in here. Tell us a joke, Lee. Right, let's get let's get above this flag. This is nasty. Lost our wingman. I just thought, it's gone nice and quiet. We have taken a sizable hit in that wing. The rest seems to be okay. A few holes here and there, but just that big one in the wing, which is the only notable one. Bomb over here has taken some structural damage to the wing, the tail. Getting above this? We're getting above it. We are getting above it. It's thick, isn't it? It's always quite weird watching it from a gunner's point of view. She's got nothing to watch from that side. So our friendly's coming over. Why are they peeling off? We got fighters inbound. What have you seen, boys? What have you seen? Whoa! The lead fighter just took a flak hit. Did you see that? We got a smoky engine. Hope he's okay. Did he bail out in time? Okay, let's put the fire out, that's good. How's the crew? Make sure everyone's okay. Rooster Burn and Bob have got a bit of a spook on, but they're okay. Where did they go?
3-7. Repeat, 2-3-7. Roger.
Anybody see where they went? Did we manage to keep the engine going? Yes, we did. Okay, great. Any damaged bombers going to be slewing around? No, it looks very... Ooh.
Bandit, 12 high, incoming.
Ah, the bomber's moving around all over the place. That was really hard on the turn. We take a strike. Matthew, hang in there, Matthew. You are temporary captain. Where did they go? Of course, it could be our little friends keeping them occupied, which is great. I don't see him in it at all.
Bandit, 9 level, inbound. Bandit, 9 level, inbound.
So the thing about the 109, great boom and zoom. I can't actually lift the guns any more than that. But what goes up?
Bandit, incoming, 5 o'clock high. Bandit, too high, inbound.
Somebody passed me before I even turned the turret. Is he? Maybe not.
Bandit, 4 o'clock low.
God. They're flying really well today. I can't get on them at all. I think that's a friendly.
Bandits, 1 o'clock level, coming in.
Got some hits. Goodness me, they're doing the nose on today, aren't they? Maybe they think we're flying earlier versions of the bomber.
Bandits, coming in. 7 o'clock low. Coming in.
Didn't have the chin turret.
Bandits, coming in. 7 o'clock low. Bandits, coming in. 7 o'clock low. Ooh, he did not like that.
Scratch one. He's out of there. I think.
Pilot and navigator. Okay, turn coming up.
Still see the target burning behind us. They can chew at us as much as they want, but we've already hit our target. Job done for today.
Pilot and navigator. We're at the waypoint. Pilot and navigator. New heading is 306. Repeat, 306. Okay. Yes, hold on.
Oh, who's blacking out? It's our bombardier. Fortunately, Rooster Rugburn is our on the spot. Oh my goodness me. On the spot first aider. So,
I'm closest. I'm on it.
thanks, Rooster.
Thing's gonna die.
Lee, it'd be really good actually, bud, if you came onto the cheat gun. My goodness, look at the damage around near you. Whoa, okay. Steady on. Taking some damage around, well, sort of pretty much just behind Rooster, so I'm surprised he's okay. Some damage around above, see where the radio operator is, and just above the ball turret. A few holes in the wing. Engine 2 is circulating a wee bit slower than the others. Obviously drop the revs on that one.
I'm bleeding real bad. Help me out. I knew it was gonna be me today. I just knew it. Get it together now. You're fine. We need your help. You okay?
Well done, Rooster.
It's okay, guys. He's hit, but he'll be fine. Yeah, I'm okay now. Okay. Okay. Bandits, 9 level, inbound.
Nope.
Bandits, incoming, 8 level.
Didn't know my clock at 0 then. I think I missed the opportunity.
I got one.
Nice one. Woo! Good shooting. Nice. Right, nice. Well, that's 2 down. Didn't even see that one. Good shooting.
Bandits coming in, 7 o'clock low.
I've been reading the account of
Bandits coming
the
in.
8th Air Force.
7 o'clock low.
It's not 7.
Incoming, 5 o'clock left.
And you know, for the number of aircraft shot down, you'd probably have about upward of 20 gunners claiming that kill. So that's when they used to get really exaggerated number of kills to the bomber crews. And then you actually look at the official resources after the war and see which actual aircraft they lost due to their the Luftwaffe's the sortie list, and they'd lose 2 and they'd have like 20 claims for a kill. But that such is war. I think we're having a few problems with our performance. We seem to be. I know we've got an engine struggling. I know we've got the burning.
Somebody confirm that.
I think that fighter's finally gone in. You got the. There we go. You've got the burning target over there. So we've taken a turn to the west. And we've got the North Sea in front of us. Phew! We're going to get out of here, hopefully. We have got a few air bases to fly over, which is not going to be fun. But it does appear to have calmed down. Oh look, yep. You can see we've lost the 109s and the Thunderbolts are no longer showing up as a formation. We've got some P-51s which are obviously flying towards us to come and look after us for the journey home, which is great. And we've got the 190s, which I'm not going to have a look at because that would be cheating. And we'll see if we can spot them. They may not even be coming up towards us. They may just be despawning somewhere. But for now, as it's calmed down, let's see how far we can get before the next significant event happens. So I'll see you in a little while. Hi guys, as you can see, I thought I'd occupy myself as we're cruising back. The actual fighters themselves found this German airbase with some 190s sort of hooked here. So, as is the case, they often used up their ammo on strafing runs on various targets, so that's what we're doing. Trying to shoot down the Luftwaffe on the ground. I'm getting hits in. I don't know if I'm doing any damage though, but it's good fun. A 190. Whee, my beautiful P-51. Handles lovely. Probably too well. Let's get this hanger, shall we? Oops. Oops, didn't do very well on that at all. Watch the mast. So I'm not sure if we can actually damage anything, but they did genuinely used to go and attack land targets. You know, railways and that kind of thing. Any armour they used to see, just to use up all their ammo and so they weren't being wasted basically. Okay, enough of that. I'll give it back to the computer controls, so he can go back to base if he wants to. But there we go, slight diversion. What's all his buds doing? Oh, they're all attacking the base as well. All his buds are. See, the AI is pretty good. Oh, they're not actually. They're just circling over, are they? Oh, he's coming in. No, he thought better of it. Okay, one more attack then. Okay, now we will go. Okay, we'll rejoin the bombers and I'll see you in a little while. Hi everyone, welcome back. We have made it across the North Sea. We are back over blighty soil. Fantastic. So we're just coming over Norfolk, Suffolk here. Where are we? So there's Norfolk. So that's probably Yarmouth and yeah, Suffolky. That's probably Folkestone and stuff. So we're now coming over Suffolk land now. We see engine 2 is still a little bit down on power. We kept her trim back, but she's made it. She's kept going fantastically well. We have had a few injuries in the meantime. Not surprising with the amount of damage you can see around the aircraft. So Rooster Rugburn went down over the North Sea. We managed to patch him up. Hopefully it's not going to be too much problem. And also Martin Brookman took a hit, which is surprising when you see all the damage around the armour plating and the tail around Matthew's side. But yep, Martin took maybe it came in and hit him, but he's back up now. Everyone else has seemed to be okay to this point, so things are going great. We haven't lost any more bombers, so yep, just the few we lost earlier on. So we're going to head back to base, continue our journey back, and yeah, hopefully see you in a little while. Welcome back. We are coming for final approach. We do seem a little high. Engine 4 seems to be slowing down a wee bit as well, and I don't think this is going particularly well. So I may have to take control over this. Yeah, I think you better go around, Matthew, on your first landing. We've also got a undercarriage issue as well. Okay, Joy. let's grab you, and will you be so kind as to put the wheels down? While he's doing that, I'll take control. And we'll go round. That should give us some time for that wheel to come down, hopefully. Oh, she doesn't want to respond. Oh, she is really sluggish. That was real heave on the old stick. Right, need my controls. 138, that's not too bad. We'll use one in the cross landing, shall we? Or we might be able to come around and do the landing properly. Wheels coming down nicely. Oh, she is so sluggish. Come down on the cross one because we're struggling with a bit of speed actually, with the flaps down and try and use our height to keep the speed up. Oh, blimey. She won't turn. She's not answering the helm particularly well. When I say helm, I mean the yoke, of course, but there we go. We're just going to try and put her down any which way. Oh, not a bad landing actually. Oh, come on, engines, engines, engines.
Booster pumps off. Booster pumps off. Cowl flaps closed left, closed right. Mixture. Idle. Cutoff. Booster pumps off.
Okay, we're just gonna
Booster pumps
cruise.
off.
She wouldn't.
Booster pumps off.
Good
Booster
land,
pumps
taxi to
Whoa.
hard
off.
stand.
Okay, so we're slightly off the base, but whew, we're down. We're in one piece. We should be okay. Right, welcome to debriefing. This should be an interesting read. So, Eurotank oil refinery and storage. Okay, so it did select the tertiary. We did bomb the tertiary, and it did automatically select that one over the secondary target for us, which is good. Distance flown 1,149 miles, which is 59 miles shorter than 50 miles shorter than was predicted, which is good. We lost one bomber. We shot down 3 fighters. Bomb damage estimate high. So, 3 kills, 1 loss. Crew injuries suffered. Brookman, he was the replacement. Flesh wound. Just a flesh wound. Hansen, light wound. Rugburn, flesh wound. There you go, Rooster. Just a flesh wound. Tis but a scratch. Right. Bomb damage estimate, not bad. High, they said, so that's pretty good. No promotions. Purple Hearts awarded to Hansen, Rugburn, and Brookman for their injuries on this mission. Crews accounted for. Bombshell Blonde bailed out over enemy territory. Prisoners of war, but all survived, which is a little bit of good news. Okay, that's not too bad. That's fairly pleasing. That's not a bad mission. Not a bad mission at all. So let's head on in here. Have a quick look at the bomber. Look at this. 7 kills to our name. 2 missions down. Fantastic. So should we just take a look at this one? So that was the mission 1. Mission 2, here we go. With some of the replacement crew. 109 for Lowe. 109 for Hansen. And Luke got another 109 in the tail, which is pretty cool. Let's have a look at the crew information. Oh, we've lost another bombardier. That's the second bombardier we've gone through. Rooster's still with us, even with his light wound. He's only going to be out a couple of days, so that's good news. Brookman, our pilot, who's flown co-pilot this time, he's going to be staying with us. He's just got a 2-day flesh wound as well. Matthew, who is our co-pilot but acting pilot and captain of the ship at the moment. Piloting is above average, which is good. So that's his second mission down. Good. First one in charge. Melvin Lowe got a top turret, got a shot away and took out a 109 on last mission, which is pretty good. I'm not sure if he got one in the first one, but that's 2 missions down from Melvin. Lee Evans, our replacement radio operator. He's let's just check on his stats actually. He below average gunnery, average first aid and technical. So he really is a replacement. There's not much going for Lee at the moment, but he's there. He's doing his job. Henrik, not a spy in the ball turret gunner. Above average gunnery. Has completed 2 missions to date, which is great. Billy has above average gunnery, which is good, and has completed 2 missions. Hans McCormick was our replacement. He's got above average in gunnery, so he's not a bad one actually. He's got his single mission to his name, and we got Luke Scott in the tail. Above average gunnery, above average morale. 2 missions completed, distinguished flying cross, and he's got a couple of fighters to his name as well. Quick check on those in the hospital. Andreas Kvist, our primary bombardier. He's recovering after his injury and his Bronze Star and Purple Heart after a first mission. Medium wound, he is due back on the 15th, which is okay. If you remember, today's the 4th, so less than 2 weeks. Martin Taylor, our pilot and first lieutenant, injured on the first mission, severe wound. He's due back on the 22nd, so that's 18 days from now, which is okay. Declan Healy, our radio operator number 1. He was injured with Purple Heart. He got a medium wound, and he'll be back on the 15th as well. Then we got Miles Rhodes, our waist gunner, injured on the first one. He had a severe wound, if I remember rightly, and he's back on the 22nd. Then we got our replacement, Bob Henson, bombardier. He got injured, and he's got a light wound. He'll be back in 5 days, which is not too bad. And that's it for the medical roster. Fantastic. So, there we go. Mission 2 down. A few bumps and bruises on this one. A few scrapes, but nothing to really report home. Another good strike. A few more bandits to paint onto the bomber, along with another bomb. And in all, I think, a very good mission. So thanks for joining us. That was Mission 2 for Lucky Ducky. Join me next time for our third, lucky third mission. They say if you can get past the first 5, it gets easier, but I'm not sure about that. But yes, number 3 next time. Join me for that. I hope to see you there and see how this crew managed to get through the disasters and the panic and the delights that the Luftwaffe throw at us. So I will see you in the briefing room next time.